Welcome everybody. You're tuning in to Talk Wave Radio. Just doing a quick show from the Droid. I've been watching the news through the day, and I'm really getting teed off with people. I guess it can be the media, or it could be actually environmentalists and just people, period, who just wants to be difficult. America is broke. America can't afford to not get work. We can't afford to pass up opportunities. And it's amazing how we're going to touch on let's touch with the teachers first, okay? I'm gonna focus. I got two things: teachers and oil. Teachers and oil. That's it. Real quick, 10 minutes piece. Okay. Let's go with these teachers in Chicago. Okay, I'm born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. They say they haven't had a strike for 25 years or something like that. Now, practically every year, me going to school in Chicago, every year teachers was talking about, we gonna strike, we want more money. Now, I remember them, I don't know what they're talking about, but I remember not going to school because they woke up and said teachers were still trying to figure out what they're gonna do, so anybody going to school. But they saying it's been 25 years. It could have been that long ago. I know I'm pretty old now, it seems. But you striking, teachers want to strike for pay when you have countless millions of Americans without jobs. But this is the union, you know, and then people say unions is a good thing. Well, maybe they were at one point. But to sit back and negotiate for a pay raise or evaluations, let me tell you, you teachers need to be evaluated. Because if you were really doing such a wonderful, banged up job, we wouldn't have so much problems going on in that building, in those schools. And then let's talk of some of these numbers that they're throwing out there. 60,000 teachers to teach, 400,000 students? Is that the right numbers? No, I think it's 30,000 students. I'm not sure. But 30 to 50,000 teachers. Now, all of y'all want to raise a broken half. Now, y'all want to strike because y'all say y'all not getting fair wages when teachers averaging out there up to $70-some thousand a year. Where are you going to get this money, Chicago? I mean, y'all must be really balling. I understand y'all have the mafia out there, and I guess all of y'all are implementing. I guess the teachers is part of this mafia union type of thing. So y'all don't care. Y'all want to just bang and gang rape the neighborhood and the city just like these other mafia folks that's in the political offices sending dead fish to people. I guess you want to be a part of that. Now, you're cutting off fingers and nonsense. You running around crying how you so patriotic and you so American. But you don't show up for work. You work for, 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day, 180-some days a year. And you make $60,000 to $70,000, $80,000 a year. You're the only people that I know that can get paid and have a full year's salary and only work part of the year. You have police officers who get out of training camp and they go and they get a job as a cop, and after they do, they beat normally third shift traffic stops and drunken drivers the first few years. They do that job and then they move on. And until they move on and get better paid, they're working in the schools during the day instead of going to sleep. And then they'll work a special function here to get a few extra hours. And then they'll lay down, take a nap, get up, and go back to work on their regular night run. Do you hear the police striking every year? And they are getting shot at and by the same people you want to strike against to get more money for. So, I mean, what are you doing that's so good? I mean, is the value of education going up that much? Are y'all producing such a wonderful product that it's worth paying $70,000, $80,000 per teacher per year, and let them only work 5-6 hours a day? Because I'm from Chicago, I'll tell you teachers, some of y'all teachers be out of the building before the students are out the building. And some of y'all ain't getting in there until the kids sitting in the desk. So let's talk. Are you really helping the economy? Is it really worth it? As far as I hear, teachers practically get some 4% raise every year, when nobody else gets raises. Sorry, email. But explain that to me. How is it that you want so much? If it's that hard for you to where you can't sacrifice 2 years, 3 years of a raise while we're getting our economy together, think about it. You guys are the ones who voted for Obama. But you're going to allow and put more pressure on the economy. Okay, we raise up and give y'all another $400,000-$500,000 because there's so many of y'all to do a simple job. I mean, I would hate to see how much we have to pay teachers to get us up to like number 2 in the world as far as being the smartest. I really want to know, because if we're paying so much to be number 17, I don't know. Maybe it'll be worth it. I mean, y'all get raises every year, but the graduation rate drops. The attention that the kids get from the teachers, that drops. Y'all just care about y'all checks. That's what it tells me when I see you deliberately strike when y'all could have just went to work, finished working out a deal from what I'm hearing. And then you got this lady up here raising all saying, we going to strike this and do this because it's other things that we're negotiating. So what? Medical. People ain't got medical. They about to make me pay medical if I don't want medical. If I can't afford medical, they're going to find me and tax me. At least you're getting money where you can have your medical. Are you able to go to the doctor if something happened? Y'all going to take off and use how many sick days in the course of that 185 days and still get paid for it? Some cities, some states, they take off they shut the whole school system down so you can go and catch a football game in another state. But y'all want to cry about evaluation. Name a job. If you work at McDonald's, you get evaluation, and they evaluate your work every month. Y'all crying because y'all getting evaluated once a year. Some people might lose their job, then they need to lose their job. If I'm telling you to make this burger and you keep burning the burger, why would I sit there and pay for you to work there and burn my burgers? Why would I pay you to do a job that you're not doing when I can hire somebody who can do that job? And then they admit, ladies and gentlemen, they admit the fear. They don't want they're striking everything. They don't want them to bring in new teachers to fire the old teachers because they still want to retire on a crappy job. But see, America, you have to pay that tab even when that sucky teacher retires and is no longer walking into the building and interacting with our children. You're still paying them every year until they die. Unions, yes, used to be a good thing at one point. Is it good now? No, I don't think so. These unions pay, basically I'm hearing they invest mainly in the Democrats, the Democratic Party, but yet they can't help the Democratic Party. I mean, really, you striking, so that's if it's 60,000 people who don't go to work today, that's 60,000 people who don't pay their taxes. Well, actually, I'm sure we're probably paying them right now while they strike, come to think about it. So let me retract that. Okay? So do I think teachers deserve? No, teachers need a flat rate, get paid, move up, get out of this way. Some people need to retire, be retired, or voluntarily, or forced retirement. Simple as that. I mean, let's look at your track record. Can we go back and pull up every student that you taught and see how many of them actually moved along and graduated? Were they able to pass along to the next grade and be able to stay focused and keep up with the work and keep up with the teachings because they learned everything they needed to learn in your class? I mean, when do we stand up and actually work hard to earn our pay? Or are we forced to pay individuals to do a sucky job? Would you pay a doctor to sit there, scratch his head, and just look at it and say, it might be this, take this pill? No, you won't pay that doctor to do that. But you will pay a doctor who come in and do a full spectrum of tests and check here, check there, check everywhere. And then you're okay. And then they say, okay, well, yeah, we're going to give you this antibiotic because this may be the problem. I'm seeing this here. We took a test and we found this in your blood. We took an x-ray and we saw this in the fluid here. Then, yeah, I'll go right along with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, what's really going on in America? People who's lucky to have a job willing to just stand out there and let people suffer. And then another thing, and another problem, it's not all on the teachers, parents. Get this mindset out your head that this is child care. They picked this one black lady. We need people, parents want to go get jobs. We need that. That's the only safe haven that we got and that they got and this and that and nonsense. This is not child care. This is education. You should have been looking for a job during the summer. Kids going to school does not dictate, now I can go get a job. I only work when the kids are in school. Then you only willing to work 185 days. Messing around in Chicago, maybe 100 days. Because they're going to strike the rest. And look at the face that they try to paint on that. Like pitiful black folks just need a child care. We looking for jobs, we ain't got no jobs. I've got 2 jobs. I don't depend on the school system. I send my kids there because my paycheck pays those teachers to do a job. I expect the job to be done. See, government schools does not have to be a bad thing. It does not have to be portrayed as something for the poor or something for people who can't afford education. That was the whole point of the system being there, because that's one less bill that we should have to pay versus me. I don't mind paying a few dollars off of my check every week, every month, every year, and have education for my kids. I don't mind doing that. That's what make America great. It's that mindset where I don't want to work, I just want them to babysit my kids. That's where it goes wrong. Your kids should already know how to count when they get to school. Your kids should already know how to read words when they get to school. The kids should already know how to write or spell their names when they get to school. Those basic things, if you just teach them those basic things, count to 100, say your alphabet, see these certain words, and these words is this. You know, if they learn those basics, school will be a breeze for them because the basics they already know and they're comfortable with, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, parents have to step up too. And it's not all black kids and pro-black kids that's affected by this. They switch it and put them on there, so every Republican, look at the niggas. There we go. We got to pay school for them, and they just out there gang banging, hustling, selling drugs and all that. They ain't trying to get no job. Mama's being lazy. Yeah, a lot of them mamas being lazy. They lay on their back to get their check. A lot of those men ain't stepping up being parents for these kids. They rather just slang it and then bust it and then walk away. But you got a lot of black kids who have 2 parents in the home, parents working, parents going to school, parents moving on in their life. So, yeah, this is hindering the kids' education. That's what it's for, the kids' education. I don't care about a paycheck. I go and work, and sometimes just to get the check, it ain't worth the pay, but I do it because I have kids. Some single parents do that too. Work and go to school and deal with the kids and pay for child care. So it's not a dependency thing. And that's what y'all need to understand and realize. When you sit back and you let them point at one person and you take that and run with it, that they point out it's black people complaining. That's not true. It's white people who's suffering. It's Asian people who's suffering. It's Mexican people that suffer. It's the public school system in Chicago that is suffering from